Hey, good
Good
morning.
Saturday morning. Hey, Louie. I am so excited about this morning's panel discussion. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Thank you, Chrisanne, Belen, and Mark for agreeing to joining us. What we have today is Coffee Round the Table, the best of MDRT Philippines. And we would like to thank also everybody who is on Zoom and who will be joining us later on. We are recording this, so everything will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. We'll share the link on our various social media platforms once it's published to give you an idea of what Coffee Around the Table is. At the height of the pandemic in 2020, Louie and I got bored. And we thought, what better way to optimize the use of technology and be able to reach out to as many financial advisors, not only in the Philippines, but globally as possible. And just talk to individuals, leaders, experts in this industry. So here we are again, 2024 second session of Coffee Around the Table. Louis, why don't we start with you introducing our panelists for this morning?
most of this session will be centered around our wonderful guests. Again, thank you for starting the segment, Miss Janet. This is our fifth straight year of conducting Coffee Round the Table, and we are going strong. Love the fact that at around 8:04 in the morning, people are starting to come in. So let's get this party started, this 8 a.m. party started. All right. So our very first guest. Okay, she's a graduate of mass communication from the Assumption College, and she used to be a credit analyst supervisor at Providian Bank in San Francisco, California. She is a second generation financial advisor with absolutely no sales background, but she has been in the industry since 1996. She is the lead mentor of InLife's Alpha Leadership Program, and she is an InLife Heroes Ambassador. She is a consistent Gamma, Limra, MDRT with several court of the table and top of the table qualifications. She is also the founder and soliciting officer of Financial Space Insurance Agency, which is a mentorship based team established in 2020, also at the height of the pandemic. She's also currently serving as the 2023-2024 MDRT MCC as the Mindanao Area Chair. She's a firm believer in continuing professional development because it is her secret sauce to growth and to stay relevant in the constantly changing times, especially in our industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Belen Espinoza Pujo.
Good
Hello,
morning.
Belen.
Good
Good
morning.
morning and welcome.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. It is our pleasure to have you with us, Miss Belen. Our second guest, all right? Ito, he's a mechanical engineer, okay, with 5 years of industry experience as a service and sales project engineer, okay, in the process and material handling equipment industry. He rather, is a student or was a student leader and a municipality and PSME scholar at TUP Taguig. We have a scholar in the room, scholar ng bayan, okay, which is a state university in his city. Currently, he is a multi-awarded financial advisor and a first-time MDRT qualifier, now approaching his third year in the life insurance industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Engineer Mark Reniel Velasco.
Welcome,
Hello,
Mark. Thank you
hello
for saying
guys.
yes.
Yes, good morning. It's my honor. I am here.
Maraming salamat, brother. Thanks for being here. Okay,
Yeah.
and of course, last but definitely not the least, right? She is a graduate of BS Electronics and Communications Engineering. We have a room full of engineers here. Okay, and she
Mhm.
has worked
Yeah.
as a software engineer for more than 8 years with Accenture before she fully transitioned to the life insurance industry. She started out as a part-time agent, mind you, from 2018 up to 2017 before really, fully grasping the love for what she does. She became a full-time financial advisor in 2018, was promoted unit manager only after a year. Okay. And after 10 years in the industry, she struck gold by qualifying for the first time as an MDRT last year. She is a multi-awarded unit manager, Gamma level. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome my good friend, Crisan Villarin.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Krisan. Good
Hello, everyone. Good
morning.
morning.
I feel good. I feel good. I'm a morning person, but this, it's I haven't had my coffee to be honest with you, but I don't think I'll be needing more caffeine this morning because
Oh,
we have a powerhouse, panel right now, Miss Janet. Don't you agree?
yes, totally. And I'm pretty sure after the discussion, it's go for you for the rest of the weekend. And I hope it will be the same for all of the attendees who are on Zoom right now. We have quite a number of people joining us and still joining us. So if you happen to have your Saturday morning free today, please, it's just a 1 hour and a half discussion. And just to remind you, if you do have any questions that you would want to ask our speakers, please do type them out in our chat box, and we will look at them later during our Q&A portion. Well, Q&A for our attendees, that is. So let's get the ball rolling, Louis. I'm excited.
Yes, and you know what, guys? All the learnings that you're gonna be picking up from today's session, it's something that you can really apply. Just take one, two things out of this and then apply it right away. Lalong-lalo na it's still a cutoff Saturday. And September will be tomorrow. It's gonna be the last 3, 4 months of the year. We don't really consider December so much. So, hopefully you can pick up a lot of things from the conversation today. So, first question. All right. First question, I'm gonna be just going straight into it, no? So the nice thing about our panelists is that we have a variety for this year. We have
Mm,
someone who has been in the industry for quite some time and has been very, very successful in this career. We have leaders here, okay, who have been in the industry for a couple of years. A leader who has also been in the industry for several years and struck gold by qualifying for MDRT. But let's go
for
way
the
back.
first time, yeah.
Yeah, let's go
Mhm.
way back to when they started. And I'll throw this question to Miss Belen. You know, we gave everybody a brief bio of how you started and everything, but can you just, kind of give a little more detail on how you started in the industry? What was really the main factor for you to join, especially without any sales experience? And what was that factor that made you fully transition and say, I love what I'm doing. Ito na talaga gagawin.
Hi. Good morning, everyone, again. And thank you for inviting me here. It's a great opportunity for me to give back to this beloved industry. To your question, soon after college, is my audio okay? I'm good.
Your audio is
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. Soon after college, I moved to the United States and as an immigrant. It's a status my dad applied for many years before that. But since, by the time it got approved, he was no longer interested because he was very successful here. And so I took advantage of that opportunity. And we lived there for 10 years. I got married there, had children, two wonderful children there. And then came the D-Day when we were asked to come back by my father-in-law for my husband being the eldest to take over the business. And it was a hard decision to make, but our turning point right there was to be able to spend more time with the children, with the kids.
Mm,
Sa States kasi it's homework, nothing really in between. So everything is like rushed when it comes to taking care of the kids. So you just want to get them to bed so you can have your me time. So it was really bad, and it's something I felt really guilty because I was not raised that way. It was like more of quality time during my time when we were kids, and so we decided to come back. Mainly, that's the turning point, no, the children. And as soon as I got back, I kind of, got bored when the kids were in school. And I felt that, sayang naman the talent, the parable of the talent, that I can do more other than being a mother and a wife. And so um, I guess that's when I started looking for a job, and I got pretty good offer because of my background, corporate back in the States. But the you tend to compare the salary, right? So it's like, oh, okay, if that's all I'm going to make and I'll be away from home, I might as well just stay home. And then one time I was talking to my dad. He said, "You know what you're looking for? You know what you're looking for? I'm glad to hear you know what you're looking for. You want quality time with the kids. You want unlimited income. Do you know that you're where you can easily get that? And I know you know this because second, Jen." He said, "I'll refer you to a friend," and that was, fortunately, it was like what look the best one of the best things that happened to me. I was referred to Mrs. Belen de Jesus, and she's the founder of MDRT Philippines and LUAP. Yeah. And I was in a very good place. And but the thing is, at one point I got tired. On my second year, I wanted to quit. It's like really wanted to quit. This is not for me. So I didn't have any sales background, and us Filipinos, we ask for signs, right? Please send me a sign. Am I supposed to stay here? Should I pursue? Ganyan, ganyan. And then I got this um, answered prayer, I guess. What I do back then, kasi when I set an appointment, I just tell, being away for so long, I just tell my friends, especially from high school, oh, I just want to have coffee with you. It's more of like a courtesy call just to let you know what I'm doing now, what I'm doing it. And so we set a meeting. It was actually lunch. And then that day, in the morning, she said, "Belen, I just realized it coincides with a meeting with my lawyer. She has a business, and they have a lawyer overseeing things for them." And she said, "But sandali lang yon. It's just, and once we're done, he'll leave and we're okay." And I'm like, "Okay, so let's do it." And then, at one point, when she got up to go to the restroom, the lawyer, the senior partner in the law firm, asked me, "So Belen, I heard just got back from the States. What are you doing now?" And I said, "Oh, I'm with this company and I'm doing." Oh, before I even said anything else, other after that, he said, "Oh, you know what? Do you have a group plan for companies?" And I said, "Of course we do." And even if I was not really familiar about the plan yet, I was like with confidence. I said, "Of course we do." And he said, "Because we have this problem. If you can solve the problem, then you have the account." It was my break. I mean, it was answered prayer. And sure enough, when I get interested, or I always ride on the power of obsession. So I really got into it and to solve the problem. And that's when I realized that I'm not here to sell. You don't need a sales background to be here. You just have to solve problems for people. So yeah, and the rest is history, I guess. Yep. Thank you.
Well, that is quite inspiring, Louie. Wow, Belen.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
And to think you were already, somehow in the past you were already contented with being the mom and the wife. the backbone of the family, you know.
Mm.
But you know your potential, and I guess that alone is a lesson, Louis. Now, if you know your potential and you know you can do more, why not? Give it a try.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
right.
really
My
inspiring.
main takeaway from that was maraming salamat sa boredom. If it were not for boredom, Miss Belen wouldn't be in the industry right now, right? Diba? There you go.
Mhm.
See, boredom can do wonderful things. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Miss Belen. Let's go to Marky. Brother. Okay. So mechanical engineer, scholar ng bayan. You know, what happened? What's the miracle? What's the blessing behind all of this?
Actually, hello everyone. So actually, I was approached by my advisor nung 2019. So yung advisor ko na yun, he was my unit manager right now in Sun Life. So
So
that's
it's
UM Jomar Rebusit.
so it's Jomar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it turns like this. So he's a student leader in PUP, so in a state university, different state university. Then me as a student leader on a separate university as well. So we met there. So building a relationship, we build a program, create a program for all the students. Then eventually a lot of camaraderies. Then since I'm a man that loves selling, so I used to sell a lot of kinds of things, stocks, also foods, breads, something like that. Then I was convinced to join the industry since it was offered to me as part-time. So something like that. So it turns like this. I'm a mechanical engineer doing some practices of mechanical engineer, then offered the opportunity to become a part-time financial advisor. But my condition to my unit manager was if I pass the examination, I will continue. Okay, the IC exam, the Insurance Commission exam. But if I fail, then hindi na. Hindi na para sa akin to. So ganun ako mag-decide. If pumasa ako dito, let's do this. Then if not, hindi ako para dito. Ganun ako
So,
kabilis.
one shot deal lang yung exam mo, parang gano'n.
Yes,
One
yes,
time
one
lang.
shot.
Okay.
Yes, one time lang. Pero seryoso ako talaga ako sa examination because I'm truly inspired dun sa time flexibility ni UM ni Jomar. So marami siyang time sa activities namin like cycling, going to the gym, tapos yung time sa family. So nasa sa kanya, so nakikita ko, sabi ko, mukhang exciting tong career na to ah. So ayun yung deal namin. Once na pumasa ako, then good thing is I passed the exam. So naging seryoso ako dun sa review. So I create my strategy kung paano ako papasa. Same what I did during my board exam. So sineryoso ko siya. So yung ICE exam, same ng board exam yung strategy ko. So aside from high chance to earn income in this industry, yun yung pinaka nagustuhan ko. Yung time flexibility na kaya kong gawin yung mga bagay na gusto ko nang hindi ako na-stress sa oras or sa time management. Yeah, that's all for me.
Great. Great. Thanks, thanks, Mark.
Flexibility.
That's right. Flexibility. Thanks, Marky. Nung nagre-review ka sa engineering exam mo, and then when you were reviewing for the IC exam, akalain mo napakadali pala nung IC exam. Diba? Compared to the engineering exam,
Yes.
which takes like what, 2 days to take, 2 days, no, for you to finish it. So,
Yeah.
and just a follow-up question on that. You're a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a professional. You could be in other industries. Aside, I mean, yes, we have time flexibility, but I'll go straight to the question. Yung
Yeah.
ibang tao kasi sasabihin nila nanghihinayan sila sa kursong tinake nila. And then they're gonna do financial consultancy. So, how did you negotiate, that decision na isip mo, I studied very hard. I was a scholar. I'm a mechanical engineer. And then I'm not going down that path. I'm going to be taking another path. I guess
Yeah.
that's very important also.
Yeah. Actually, at first, very hesitant pa talaga ako. Ayaw ko talaga. So, it took me 2 years to decide na mag-resign sa position. So, it took me 2 years. So, for me, yung work ko sa engineering, talagang mauubos ka eh. So, andun yung trabaho, gusto mo, fulfilling yung ginagawa mo kasi yun yung tinapos mo eh. Tapos, na-realize ko, hindi pwedeng laging ganito. Kasi, tumatanda na eh. Tumatanda na tayo. Kailangan may prioritization tayo pagdating sa health naman natin. And even sa time natin sa
Mm.
family. Kasi all our parents, syempre tumatanda rin sila. So, napaisip ako doon na yung time is sobrang limited na lang. Then, I directly resign from the position. So, I got an offer na mas mataas yung position, pero dinecline ko siya. Sabi ko, dito ako, mas marami akong magagawa for my family, for myself, and even dito sa industry.
Wow, that's courageous. That is really
Yeah.
courageous. And with the first two speakers pa lang, no, we can see the common denominator. It's family, right? It's time for the family, the attention that we give our families. Thank you. Thank you, Marky, for sharing that. And of course, Sis Crisan, ako alam ko na yung kwento mo, all right? But yung
Yes.
madlang people, hindi pa nila alam yung kwento mo. So what was your turning point? What was your transition? I mean, you were with Accenture for so long. It's a very very good company. So what was the turning point and how did you make that decision?
Well, kasi I was with Accenture on my 4th year na nung na-realize ko, no, meron akong mga realization na parang wala na akong time for myself, for my family as well, no. Parang kamukha kila Miss Belend and kay Engineer Mark na kulang yung time. Okay yung salary niya, but then I realized parang I'm just surviving. Parang hindi naman ako winning in life. Parang gano'n. So, pero sobrang busy eh. Punong-puno yung schedule. Parang as an IT kasi, 'di ba parang sobrang in demand ng schedule ng isang IT. Tapos from Bulacan pa ako, magko-commute ako to McKinley kasi that time yun yung office namin. So, sobrang stressful na nung biyahe ko papunta. Imagine mag-MRT ako from North to Ayala, then sasakay pa ako from McKinley. So yung travel time pa lang, no. So 'di ba, isipin mo magpa-part-time ba ako, eh, kulang na nga yung oras ko. Pero nung accidentally sa ano kasi sa department namin, may ini-invite din kaming mga speakers and one of them is my recruiter. In-invite nila for a financial planning. Siguro yung week na yun is about financial something na week. No? So they invited a speaker which is my recruiter, pero hindi ako nagpunta dun sa session kasi I am busy. May work. Even during lunch, I am working during lunch pa din. Pero yung seatmate ko, sabi niya, di ba hindi ka naka-attend? You may want to, ano na lang, sit down with the financial advisor. Lalabas na lang tayo, parang one-on-one or ganyan, or ano kami, mga 5 kami. So sabi ko, sige nga, kasi parang kailangan ko na ring maayos yung finances ko because 4th year na ako sa work, pero parang konti lang nang naiipon ko, parang hindi ko alam kung saan papunta yung journey ko financially, no? So medyo lost din ako doon that time. So yun yung purpose, kaya minit namin yung financial advisor. Pero while he discussed it, no, the financial planning and all, I was blown away by the idea. Sabi ko, eh, maganda naman pala yung financial planning. Tapos ang nasa isip ko na noon while nagdi-discuss siya, alam ba to ng family ko, ng ate ko, ng sister ko, ng kuya ko? Alam ba nila to? Kasi pagka hindi nila to alam, may problema kami sa pamilya. 'Di ba? Kasi parang wala namang financial advisor in the family. Sabi ko baka, tas ang tanong ko, sabi ko, pwede bang ako ang mag-share sa kanila niyan? Tapos pwede ko ba yang i-part-time? Kasi nga nandun din ako sa time naghahanap ako ng extra income kasi hindi ako yung mayaman sa pagiging employee. 4th year ko na. Na-realize ko, sabi ko 4th year na akong employee. So that's the turning point na nag-join ako sa industry. Pero hindi ko siya pwedeng bitawan right away being a software engineer kasi yun yung main source of income ko. So nandun pa yung doubt, takot, kasi I'm a breadwinner. So I mean, marami kami magkakapatid pero nasa akin yung nanay ko sa akin nakatira. So sinusupport ko. So sabi ko hindi ko basta-basta pwedeng bitawan. But even if ano lang ako, weekend warrior lang ako sa industry, I enjoy doing being a financial advisor. Na-enjoy ko yung mga activities pag uma-attend ako ng meetings. Nafi-feel ko na ganito pala sa industry na 'to, 'no? So yung income opportunity nandun na, unlimited yung income opportunity, nasa sa'yo kung papaano mo siya gagawin ano. Tapos, hindi lang yun, nandun din yung gusto kong time flexibility. So sabi nga ni Mark kanina 'no, nakita niya yung UM niya, gano'n din po ako, nakita ko yung mga managers do'n, ay parang ang saya-saya naman ng life nila 'no. Uuwi na sila after this, ako hindi, parang papasok pa ako sa work after this 'no, yung mga gano'n. Pero sabi ko, parang maganda yung gano'n na ginagawa nila. Na-compare ko siya 'no, so no offense meant 'no, do'n sa mga, nilu-look up ko rin naman ng mga managers din sa work, pero parang mas sobrang busy sila. Na hindi yun yung gusto ko mangyari kasi, um, ano na rin, eh, parang magsa-start na rin ako mag-build ng sarili kong family and gusto ko maging present 'no, doon sa family ko. Ayokong may ma-miss na kahit anong event. So, the only way lang is to become a full-time financial advisor. Pero nagtagal pa ako as a part-time. 4 years pa po ako nag-part-time before I finally embrace being a full-time financial advisor. Hindi dahil hindi ako convinced about the opportunity and all, pero because naghanda pa po ako 'no. So, nag-ipon pa po ako ng, kumbaga yung investment ko, puhunan ko na what if ano, yung mga gano'n. Kailangan meron akong pera na hawak kasi ayokong basta-basta mag-take ng risk. Pero ang ginawa ko po nung nag-full-time ako, hindi ko siya tinake as ano, okey ang dami kong time, 'di ba yung gano'n yung iba, dami kong time, hindi. Ginawa ko siya na para na rin akong employee, pero may option ako 'no, may option ako na ang Monday puwede kong gawing weekend, mga ganyan. So, yun yung na-appreciate ko. Hindi ko na ngayon hinahanap 'no, yung ang tagal mag-Saturday, ang tagal mag-Sunday before ako maka-rest. I can choose my weekend. Yun yung gusto ko 'no. So yung time flexibility hindi naman siya yung kahit kailan mo gustong, I mean puwede mong sayangin yung oras mo, hindi 'no. Manage mo yung time mo, yun yung importante. Alam mo kung saan mo gagamitin yung time mo. Yun po ang naging istorya kaya, nung parang naging mas seryoso ako starting 2017, eh, dun ko talaga binuhos lahat para 2018 makapag full-time na ako.
Nice. Nice story.
Wow.
And again, what's my takeaway from there? Financial planning sessions work, okay? Pero dapat
Hmm,
mag-attend. Okay? Dapat mag-attend.
yes. Tsaka
All right.
pansin ko, Louis, with our guests, no, the timing varies, no. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, you mentioned that there is that common denominator na parang it's all about the flexibility, no. On top of all the other reasons, it's the flexibility to be able to do, take care of other aspects of in their lives, no. Pero iba-iba yung timing nila. No, meron kaagad-agad nag-resign, meron it took like a couple of years, no? Meron naghintay na may lumapit na isang lawyer before she decided to really take it seriously. But at the end of the day, no, at the end of the day, uh, it's not letting go of this opportunity because it does work, diba? It does work. Sige
For
nga, I'm excited to hear more from our guest, Louis.
That's right. For those people in this room, if you're here and you're attending, we're very sure that it has worked for everybody this far. But of course, all of us have been in the industry different tenures, no? Some of the people here have been in the industry for 5 or less years, number of years. Others have been in the industry for more than a decade. Okay? Everybody knows. All right? Everybody knows that MDRT should be the minimum standard in our industry. That's the whole essence of MDRT. It's really to uplift,
Yep.
improve the industry as a whole, not just locally, but actually globally. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have MDRT qualifiers here. What are your personal and professional reasons for continuously working on your qualification? And I do believe this question is really very important because we are all human beings, all right?
Mm.
Sometimes the level of giggle varies, all right? There are years that you have it, there are years that you don't, but why do you keep on working on this qualification? And I think, to answer this question first, let's go to Miss Belen because she has been qualifying for several years already. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's important to be MDRT, Miss Belen, but how important is it to you? What are your
And
main reasons?
not only qualifying Louis, she
COT,
has COT and TOT
TOT.
recognitions as well. Yeah.
That's right. Because once you reach TOT, TOT, I've done it, right? But you've done it several times. What keeps you going? Being in the industry for quite some time now.
Oh, you guys are making me feel old.
That's why I used quite some time.
Okay, thank you for that. All right. Earlier I mentioned that, if I when I do get into something, I ride on that power of obsession. I got obsessed here. Mainly because at the start, I realized that this is time taken away from my family. So I might as well excel and do a good job with this chosen profession. And so what I did was I started investing in myself pretty much to um, establish my credibility and be competent. As we're in an advisory business, so we need that. You cannot really give from an empty cup. So back then, I remember the first tuition fee I paid for a designation course was 70,000. It was really high at that time kasi konti lang eh. Wala masyadong choices. And so, but to me, it's money well spent. Because it's, investing I treated this like a business. Kailangan may puhunan tayo. Time, money, di ba? And yeah, so ang nangyari sa akin, when I was exposed to MDRT members and they tell me about the meeting, it's really centered on continuing education, diba? And sabi ko, wow, I spent so much money just to get that because I'm a sponge. I really, whatever information that can help me with my practice, I'll go for it. And when I found out that, that's how the annual meeting goes, talagang naging obsessed lalo ako sa kanya to attain MDRT. And true enough, more over expectations pa. Kasi when I got there, it's not just the learnings, it's the energy around you, the people around you. I remember my first time in Indianapolis. It was H1N1 virus. I didn't care. I braved it. I went, and during the first time orientation, the briefing was you have to go up the escalator, and I thought that's just the way to go to the hall where the session's going to be for the first timer. Wow, pag akyat namin ng elevator, at the top of the elevator, all the MDRT top of the table members and court of the table members were there clapping and cheering us on. And I thought, oh my gosh, I think I'm in heaven. Feeling ko, nag-flashback lahat yung mga dinaanan ko just to get there to that meeting. Parang feeling ko like what I told Louis sa Vancouver after listening to Tim, one of our celebrity speakers there. Sabi ko, pwede na ako mamatay. Pero syempre, erase yung mga ganun. Yeah, but that was the experience. So that's basically the main thing for me to qualify to MDRT. But that's for me, no. I just want to add for my clients, I see it as a gift to them, to make them proud that they chose me. Because, people always Google things now. And when they Google, what is MDRT? It clearly states there that we are the top, the number changes. So top 2% in the finance and insurance profession. And we hold the highest standard in ethics, putting our clients for best interest above ours. So when they see that, di ba parang feeling nila, oh, I made the right choice. So to me, it's a gift to them. Okay. And also, stretching it one more bit, as a leader now, it's you have to lead by example. How can you encourage people to attain MDRT and you're not attaining NBRT anymore? Maybe in the past, but the past is different. It's more inspiring to them when you're managing people and you're qualifying to the NBRT. And when I set up my finally put up my own general agency at the height of the pandemic, our CEO told me that you're forging this empire, and I'm like, because of the demand at that time, they were all wondering, how did you do this? You qualified to you put up a general agency and during the pandemic, and at the same time it's my first qualification to top of the table, and it was like a back to back. So thank you. And yun, parang you have to keep on qualifying, and the benefit just keeps adding on. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you.
Tim
That's
Grover,
amazing.
Tim Grover Relentless. We were sitting beside each
Yes.
other. That's where we met. And we were just having goosebumps during the entire interview, right? And
I know.
just like Tim Grover, you are relentless. Forging a general agency or building up a general agency during the pandemic, qualifying for TOT back to back at the height of the pandemic.
Grabe.
Thank you.
Grabe talaga.
That's very
Uh,
inspiring.
and to add to that, my immediate takeaway from what you said, Belen, was a ride on the power of obsession. I mean, obsession can be taken as with a negative connotation,
Mhm.
but in this case, you are doing not only yourself, your family, a lot of good, but also the people around you. You see, you're not only working with your clients, you also have other individuals under you as your advisors, your team leader. So, and I really believe it takes a lot to be a very respected leader in this industry, because leader sometimes can be a very uh, cheap name to put on
Yeah.
yourself, you know, but you have to prove yourself worthy of that name. And Belen, I know we've only met once. We've messaged a couple of times when we were preparing for Vancouver. But hearing your story, this is really impressive. Wow, amazing.
That's right. And that's the beauty of coffee around the table, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay. So we have a group of leaders here. Mark, okay. Your company, your affiliation, the MDRT culture runs very deep. All right. And it goes both ways. It's inspiring, but it really has a lot of pressure behind it. No, even if you're like a rookie agent, a rookie financial advisor, this is being instilled in you continuously. Okay. But my question to you is first time qualification last year, you attended the Vancouver annual meeting,
Yeah.
but why? Okay, why? Because of course, our leaders will be breathing down our necks all the time. Mark, MDRT ha, MDRT. Pero sa sarili mo, brother, what was it? What was the main reason why you needed to do this?
Personally, about MDRT, I tie up it into my dream. Okay? So before, our family was in debt, okay, around 2 million, something like that, approximately 2 million. Because during those times, since I started working, I aim to get that 1.7 million in the corporate world. So I think I managed to create a plan, but it will take around 7 to 10 years, something like that, to take that 1.7 million. Okay,
Mhm.
so then this industry take place. Okay, so that 7 to 10 years planning to fully fulfill that utang. Okay, so I always aiming to build a good network to all MDRTs all over the globe. That's why gusto ko talagang umattend ng MDRT conference. Ay gusto ko talagang every year mag-qualify sa MDRT. Kasi nakita ko yung family, nakita ko yung every individual, makakasalubong mo, nakangiti, masaya. Andun yung in-embrace yung ano eh, yung yung trabaho natin. Dati ang goal ko lang is to earn more money. Ngayon, it leads me to my advocacy to help more clients, to help more people. And meaning my mantra is if I earn a lot, meaning I help a lot of my clients.
That's right.
Okay? So ganun lang yung cycle ng diskarte ko sa financial advisor.
That's right. All right.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Louie.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mark, for that. I think it's also important to note this is, MDRT is a mark of excellence, right? That's the main reason why palagi tayo nag-aspire for it. It should be our minimum standard. But, just to drive home the point, if you are MDRT, how does it, of course, parang, how does it reward you also? Let me just tell everybody that when you hit MDRT regularly, it means that your revenue, okay, your income is at a certain level. And that makes the entire profession, that makes the profession sustainable. Let's, I guess, cut to the chase and just say that outright. Okay. So if you hit COT, if you hit TOT, it makes it that more sustainable. Right? And you wear that as a badge of honor. Hitting these numbers that continuously increase each and every year is not easy. But when you continuously qualify, it means that you're earning very well. Okay? So that's why it's very important. Maraming salamat sa inspiration, brother. Okay? And sis, all right? You worked hard for this. I saw how you were the last 2 months last year. Okay? So, nung last 2 months, medyo malayo pa. The same question, Krisan, no? I personally know what you had to go through the last 2 months of 2023. It wasn't easy. Kumbaga, it was a mountain to climb, sis. But, what kept you going? Why did you decide, upon yourself, I need to do it this year? Sige.
I think, well, that year, last year, no, I was hungrier, I think. Parang this is the closest na to MDRT. Pag binitawan ko pa, baka mahirapan pa ako this year. And conscious din kasi ako na magte 10 years na ako and I want also to have a parang 10th-year milestone sana. Not for me, but for my clients. Naka-relate ako kanina with what Miss Belen said na for her client, maging proud. Yun din yung gusto kong ibigay sa client ko kasi nga 10th year ko na in the industry and my client deserves an MDRT agent. I want to give that to them na, yung agent ko, MDRT yan, ganyan. So, gusto ko yun yung sasabihin nila and hindi lang yung ipagmalaki nila ako but ma-feel nila yung security na um, tama yung pinili kong agent. Kahit nagsa-start pa lang siya before nung pinili ko siya, tama ako ng pinili, tama ako ng desisyon na siya yung maging agent ko. Tama ako na siya yung pinag-aalaga ko ng hard-earned money ko. Parang yun yung gusto kong ma-feel ng kliyente ko, yung security. Kasi yung industry natin, hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman ng iba, no? Maraming negative sa ating industry. So, I want something that is positive naman, di ba? So, that's the first. Second is, yung pinaka-drive ko din is, also katulad kay Miss Belen, no, we are a leader and I want to walk the talk. Papaano ko sasabihin mag-MDRT ka kung I myself hindi ko kaya mag-MDRT, no? So hindi ko sila maturuan papaano. So, ngayon marami na akong maikikwento papaano ko siya ginawa. Papaano ko hinapit the last 2 months of the year, no, para mag-MDRT. So, I think meron naman na akong mamaya i-share sa kanila papaano ginawa, no, at paano pa pwede pang gawin sa mga susunod pa. So, yun yung drive ko talaga in the last 2 months of the year last year para makuha yung first MDRT qualification ko. Yun.
Yes. And what I tell everybody that I speak with, it doesn't matter when or where you qualify. The important thing is that you always have that as a goal. Because MDRT, like what I mentioned, no, it's a minimum standard for everybody. Ms. Belen has experience working in the United States, and financial advisors are held at such a higher, okay, level of importance compared to the Philippines. Here, we need to kind of work on it. Okay, whereas in the Western Hemisphere, people gravitate towards the financial advisors. Here, it's quite the opposite. All right, we need to be the ones doing the approaching. And I saw how Krisan did it last year. It was really a gutsy, okay, a gutsy win for her, especially at the tail end of the year. So, kudos to all of you for reaching the milestone last year, and I'm very very sure that this year, laban pa rin tayo. Miss Janet?
Yeah, it's amazing how everybody came together and are so willing to share their personal experience and be able to contribute to the growth of other financial advisors, not only in this Zoom room, but also globally. Because, like what I mentioned earlier, we will be publishing this and uploading this on YouTube and publishing it for everybody else to see. Ayan.
Yeah. So the
So what's our next
commonality,
question?
yeah, the commonality in this group, as I was about to say, is that everybody here attended the annual conference in Vancouver. Okay, so
Mhm.
the typical question is this: what were your main takeaways from the annual or global conference? I mean, we get that question a lot once we get back, right? But the answers to that question, it's almost centered around what people get from the speakers on stage, what people get from the focus sessions. That's the typical answer. So we're going to throw a curveball a little bit here. What were probably two of your takeaways from attending the annual conference? Not necessarily, okay, from what you heard on stage, what you heard from the focus sessions, what you heard from the connection zones, but probably something else. So a takeaway can be a conversation on the sidelines with another qualifier. It can be a feeling that you got, no, when you were there. So let's give, let's ask for two from each guest, and let's reverse it a little bit if it's okay. Let's start with Krisan naman this time. So Krisan, two takeaways, sister, from that experience.
Okay, sure. So, um, what really struck me the most is the 10 disciplines for managing and maximizing our energy. Actually, I keep on sharing that to my teammates, to the whole branch, because it really helped me manage my own time, manage my energy, and it really helped me prioritizing things. Have you seen that? Do you have the copy of the handout? It's really helpful, very simple, but really impactful. And the next one is this one. No? So there's a question. Have you ever wondered why success choose only few? The truth is, um, only few choose success. So napakaganda po nun kasi parang tayo lagi sinasabi, buti pa siya, ganito. So parang comparison is a thief of joy. But then again, hindi mo alam yung mga pinagdaanan niya para makarating siya doon. So pinipili ng iba yung success. Kasama doon yung mga um, yung mga challenges, paano siya i-overcome. Yun. So, yung iba kasi they choose lang to give up kasi yun yung mas madali actually. Right? So, that's the two takeaway.
So those are actually two very wonderful lessons that we learned there, no, Prisan. So sabi mo, no, when you got home, you applied it, you tried to share it with everybody. But, when it comes to, I guess, your personal life, how did that impact you? Those two things that you learned from the conference, from the meeting. How did it impact you? How did it kind of, I'm not saying that it should change you immediately as a person, but how did it somehow change your mindset, your emotions, especially when it comes to doing things? Because this job can be really tough. All right. It can be really tough. And how did that impact you?
Siguro yung 10 na discipline kasi 'no, ang pagka binasa mo siya, parang ang simple-simple lang niya, pero it really changes you. So ang dami-dami dun na, makakatulong lalo na pagka may mga anxiety or something like that. So I applied lalo na yung mga tipong meron dun ano, know thyself. Dapat, kilalanin mo yung sarili mo. You need to prioritize actually yourself kasi pagka buo ka, you can give more to your family, to your teammates. So yun yung mga gano'n, yun yung mga na-apply ko right away kasi ang simple-simple lang niya. Lalo yung pagli-list down your 10-year goal, 10-year thinking, kasi maa-align lahat ng decisions mo doon, sa goal mo, long-term goal mo. So ano pa yung mga simpleng in-apply ko, meditation every morning, 10 to 15 minutes, blanco, wala kang iisipin, 'no? So it really helped and mas nakatulong siya 'no, papaano mas maging clear yung pag-iisip natin. So yung mga simple lang na gano'n yung, in-apply ko right away. So yun yung mga, mabilis ma-apply pero malaki pala yung impact. Parang a little tweaking lang in your habits.
That's right. That's right. Less is more. No, less
Mm.
is more. I think that was the main takeaway from those two talks, no? And it's something that I also was able to apply when I get home. So wonderful sharing regarding that, sis. Let's go to Miss Belen. Miss Belen, you've been to quite a number. What makes this one different? I know that you're a sponge. No, and that's what you mentioned to everybody. You're a sponge. You like taking in things and then, using it right away when you get back. But, what made this annual meeting different? What were your takeaways from it?
Okay, I like it when you put it that way. Like I'm a sponge. You went back to what I just said earlier, just taking everything in. That's why, by far, this one tops my list of
Wow.
meetings
Wow.
because for the first time in 16 years of qualifying, it's my first time to be there as a volunteer PGA. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
had I known, oh my gosh, I should have started way before pa, long
Oh,
time ago.
yeah.
It's oh, I can't tell you. Can you imagine receiving and giving at the same time when you volunteer for PGA? It's the camaraderie, nurturing new friendship, Louis, meeting Louis there also, and being there with Miss Janet. So it was really amazing for me. Nothing compares. So I had to pick that one. The second one also is at my age, but please don't ask. I got to embrace AI. I attended this lunch session, and the guy talked about AI and how it cannot replace us. We all know they can, because we have the EI, right? The emotional intelligence that AI cannot take over. So, I've heard that before, of course, but something I picked up there was embrace changes like AI, capitalize on it. My gosh, during I have a confession to make. During the LifeCon in Boracay, I was one of the speakers, and I was doing this, on top of the many things I do every day. And so I just talked to my chat GPT 4. I said, please give me an outline of this talk. Boom! Outline talaga siya. All I had to do was put in my thoughts into it. How amazing is that? Diba? It made my work really. Oh, anyway, but yeah, but in the key, I know, and the key thing there, main thing, of course, is we embrace the changes, embrace AI, but you have to stay the human in the loop. Stay the human in the loop, and I've been applying that since that meeting. And sorry, I have three kasi I cannot, hindi ko malaglag yung
Sure,
third. Tim,
sure.
Tim Grover.
Go ahead, go for it. Yes, everybody's favorite.
Tim Grover. Okay. He did say there that everybody in that, you have to be insanely in balance. We talk about life work balance, but at a certain point you have to be insanely in balance, because that's when you become experimental. That's when innovation comes in. That's where collaboration comes in, the brainstorming and all. So I really like what he said about that. And of course, Louis, the heartbeat, right? We really have to choose the people we spend time with, at work and at home. So yun, super, super, it's here. I'm very mindful of my heartbeat and how I spend every minute, every heartbeat. Yeah, because you cannot take it back. Yep.
That's
Thank you.
true. And you know what? That heartbeat, the millions, billions of heartbeats that you're still going to have in this life, okay, you can devote some of that to volunteering, because volunteering is really addicting, right? It's addicting. Once you
Yeah.
once you feel it, again, this is Miss Janet's fault. Once I felt it, all right, it's something that I can't let go. With or without her in a conference, I'll be volunteering. It certainly enhances the experience, diba?
Yeah, but word of caution there. If you do it, yeah, if you do it, do not do it for recognition or privilege or pride.
Correct.
Do it for a noble purpose.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Because each and
And
every
the,
volunteer there is there to serve and nothing else.
yeah. And the great thing, I truly believe this with the number of years that I've been helping out, not only in PGA, but in a variety of committees with MDRT, is when you volunteer, it's not just giving back. It is also you learning from the experience and also from the people that you connect with in those experiences. So thank you. Oh my goodness, that was a surprising revelation, Belen. And I thought you've been doing this for a number of years.
That's right. So she's a rookie in that regard.
Mhm.
All right. Brother Marky. Okay, I know that you came with SD Tina's group, but brother, what were your takeaways? First time to attend, first time to volunteer. What did you learn from the annual meeting rather?
Actually, sinabi ni Miss Crisan yung isang takeaway ko eh. Hindi, joke lang. So,
Ulitin mo,
sa,
ulitin mo.
sa branch namin, so we've been given a task na lahat nung umattend ng annual meeting or no conference is mag-i-echo nung takeaway nila or yung favorite topic nila during the conference. So for me, actually yung top choice ko is yung kay Gino Wickman talaga. Yung 10 disciplines to maximize your energy. Okay? So in-echo namin yan sa buong branch. So I think around 200 to 250 na advisors dun sa branch meeting namin. So what I love dun sa talk ni Gino Wickman is talagang hindi lang into business yung yung atake. So ikaw mismo, yung personal na pagkatao mo, kung paano mo i-handle lahat ng situation ng sobrang simple, ng may puso, at saka naka-align kay Lord. Di ba? Ganun lang siya kasimple. So, yung next thing ko is, actually, I love talking to foreigners talaga eh. So, kasi yung work ko before, di ba, nasa field ako. So, marami kaming expat dito sa Pilipinas. So, Europeans, German, Danish, or mga Dutch, mga ganyan. So, nung time na nasa annual meeting, sobrang tuwan-tuwa ako. Kasi sobrang dami, diversify ba? Andun lahat ng lahi. Sabi ko, ang saya-saya naman dito. So, ang dami kong makakausap. Kaya during that time, during those times pala, ang nilalapitan ko is mga foreigner. So, nagugulat yung mga ka-team ko. Lagi ako nakadikit kay ganito, sa ganito. So, may top 2 person ako na nilapitan. Actually, yung isa is during nung camaraderie natin. I think that's the last day or last
Second to the last day.
second
It was
second to the last
the
day.
yes.
Yeah. So, nakausap ko yung past president, si Julian Good, if I'm not mistaken. Julian
Yes.
Good. So, ang sabi niya sa akin, since nag-qualify ka na dito, wag mo nang babaguhin yung strategy mo basta-basta. So, ang need mo lang i-apply is kung ano yung mga bagong matututunan, add ka lang ng add. Okay? So, if meron dun mag-fail, i-remove mo kaagad immediately. So, ang diskarte mo, learn, add. So, yung naging MDRT ka ngayon, gawin mo ulit siya, tapos i-add mo lang yung mga bagong matututunan. So, ganun niya lang sa akin sinabi kung paano siya nagko-qualify. Add ka lang ng add. Huwag kang matatapos doon. So, same with sinabi ni Miss Belen. Di ba? So, add ka lang ng mga bagong learnings, apply mo kaagad, what's good, then if hindi to applicable, then remove it immediately. Okay? So, and last takeaway ko, actually, love namin yung TOT na cup, yung Sobero. TOT cup.
Yeah.
So, gustong-gusto namin makuha yung kasi dun sa shop, di ba, merong MDRT cup, COT cup, tapos TOT cup. Yung MDRT cup, sobrang simple lang eh. So kami, gustong-gusto namin yung TOT cup. So sabi ko, gusto kong makabili nito, pero hindi ka talaga makakabili if you're not a TOT or even COT. Okay? So ako, since madiskarte nga ako, naghanap ako ng tao na TOT. So naghanap ako ng TOT na member. So okay, lapit ako ganito. Actually, na-meet ko si Mark Townsend. So I think he's from UK, United Kingdom. So for past 20 plus years, first time niya mag-qualify sa MDRT. Pero what's good, it's TOT.
TOT.
Yeah. So nilapitan ko siya. So akala ko makakakuha ako sa kanya ng sombrero. Tapos ang nangyari, pinagalitan pa ako. Nag-advise sa akin. Sabi niya, you're not going to have that cup. You need to finish TOT, then you will get that cup. Sabi niya, hindi mo basta-basta makukuha tong cup na to, dapat paghirapan mo. Dapat, ayan yung goal mo, i-ay mo mag-TOT, i-ay mo mag-COT, kung gusto mo yung mga merchant o merch nung MDRT shop. Ganun kasimple. So sabi niya
That's
sa
true.
akin, i-target mo yung ganito para makuha mo rin yung mga bagay na gusto mo. So, kaming dalawa ng manager ko, nagulat kami sa sagot. So, ayun. So, ang nangyari, bumili na lang kami ng MDRT na cup. So, at least meron kaming souvenir na nakuha. So, sa akin, yun yung mga takeaway ko. So, I love commingling sa mga different person. I love hearing stories and also kung paano nila ginagawa yung business nila kay Sun Life. So, that's it.
That's great. That's great. You know what? It's really an experience. When you
Yeah.
attend either the global or annual conference, it's really a totally different experience. You know, you mentioned a while ago, no, napakasimple nung sinabi niyo sa'yo. You have to earn it. All right? You want this, you have to earn it. All for a cup. Okay? All for a cup. You need to earn it. And it it runs parallel to how we live our lives. Okay? Nothing comes free. All right? Nothing
Yeah.
comes free. You have to work for it. You have to be patient with it. And of course, there are a lot of sacrifices somewhere along the way. Going back to what Miss Belen mentioned when Tim Grover said, you have to be insanely imbalanced. That is tough to do, especially for people like us who are, we're our family ties are really good, no? Parang how do you strike that, hindi na nga strike the balance eh. How do you strike the imbalance? No?
And you know, anything worth having, I think, is worth working hard for, right? I mean, it could be just a cat. It's just a cat, but it symbolizes so much more than just qualifying for MDRT. So, ibig sabihin lang noon is you just have to keep doing what you're doing, and like what you were told, Marky, wag mo nang baguhin kung ano ang what brought you to where you are right now. Magdagdag ka lang ng magdagdag. No? That's a great lesson, actually. I typed that down immediately. Yeah.
I have a curveball question, and if our guests can just answer this briefly. So, okay, annual conference, annual meeting, naka-attend na. It lasts for 4 days. The euphoria builds up. You know, MDRT has a great way of building up the hype. No? Ang galing nila mag-build up ng hype, right?
Mhm.
Day one, you register, everybody's there welcoming you, and then opening ceremonies on Sunday, and then somehow on the last day, the energy is still up, but it's a little bit more relaxed. On your way home, I know that some of you guys stayed over. On your way home, you know, as you were reflecting on everything that you experienced, everything that you learned, okay, during those moments when it was quiet, ano yung isang bagay na nagsabi sa inyo that convinced you, I'm gonna do this again next year? Basing it on what you experienced during the meeting. I'll be that
So you want
specific.
to come back again next year and the
That's
year
right.
after that. Yeah.
That's right.
And
Because
keep coming back.
we all get to process that the day after or on our way going back home because it's such a long flight. But you know, what made you think, what made you like say, I'm gonna do this again next year? Let's start with Krisan.
Yes, yung annual MDRT kasi, no, I've been seeing that nasa mga MDRTs ng branch, ng company. So before, dinidream ko lang siya na makarating doon. No, sana one day maano rin ako, pero hindi ako ganun ka-serious. But then nung naka-attend na ako, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I want to do it every year kasi nga iba yung experience. And may isa pa akong naisip, no. So sabi ko, sana I can mentor kahit isa to join me to become an MDRT and experience also the experience of being there, no? Full of room of winners. Sabi ko, sana I can have one. So, yun yung gusto ko talaga mangyari. Not only me, but I want to mentor someone. Yes, yun. Tapos sana yung mame-mentor ko, mag-mentor din siya para mag-grow ng mag-grow.
Correct.
Diba? Yung pool of people ng MDRTs from our country. Kasi makikita mo yung mga foreigner, ang dami-dami nila, di ba? And so, baka parang mas maganda kung from the Philippines, makilala rin tayo, marami rin tayong MDRTs. So, yun talaga yung inspiration na nakuha ko no, nung nasa annual meeting and then pauwi, yun yung iniisip ko. But then, syempre, kailangan magmula muna sa akin. Ano? Magawa ko ulit siya this year. And yun nga, the challenge is habang ginagawa ko siya, meron din sana akong natutulungang magawa din siya.
All
Yun.
right. Wonderful. How about
Mm.
Marky?
The ripple effect could be endless pala, no?
That's
And
true.
it all has to start from the center, and the center is you. Ayan. Yes, Marky.
Ayun, so for me, actually dream ko rin yung Canada eh. So kaya umattend talaga din ako ng annual meeting. So iba talaga yung experience. So pag nakarating ka dun sa bansa na for example Canada, Dubai or even yung mga first world country, pag-uwi mo ng Pilipinas, iba yung guts mo eh. Iba yung pwede mong i-share sa mga tao. Pero since MDRT yung pinuntahan, so this is a different level. Kasi for example, you have the unit team, then sales team, branch team. So sa unit team, syempre MDRT ka, sikat ka. Mataas ka. Kung tinitignan ka nila, uy, magaling to si Mark. So even sa sales team, Kumbaga, nasa top ka rin ng mga advisor. So sa branch, syempre same din. So sa pagdating dun sa conference, yung MDRT is yung minimum lang pala. So nagulat ako, wow, grabe yung TOT, COT. Iba yung level na meron sila. Akala ko sikat na ako dito sa branch namin. Hindi pala. So ibang level pag nandun ka sa level ng TOT. So ang pinag-uusapan dito, minimums MDRT, COT, TOT dapat mo siyang kunin. Kasi para mas magaling or mas maganda yung magiging yung tingin sa'yo ng tao. Di ba? Iba yung dala-dala mo. Dati ang dala mo, pag uwi mo ng Pilipinas, maliit lang na flag. Pag ikaw nag-TOT or COT, different flag pala yung dala mo. So, I think isa rin yung way para ma-inspire din yung team namin na umaattend kami ng MDRT session. And also for me, kasi meron akong attitude na if I make it like this MDRT, kailangan ko siyang laging makuha. Hindi pwede na
Well,
akong bumaba. Kung pwede, taasan ko pa, why not? So may ganun akong attitude na if nandito ako sa level na to, nakakahiyang bumaba na. Kasi nakita na ako ng mga tao Na-meet ko na sila Miss Janet, sila Miss Arlene, sila Sir Louie. Di ba parang nakakahiya pag wala ako next year, tapos sila nandun. So may ganun akong attitude. So sa akin, if nandun na ako sa top, ayoko nang bumaba. So I have that attitude.
that's a good attitude. And when you go there, you're literally standing on the shoulders of giants.
Of
You're
giants.
Yeah.
So that's a very good way of thinking about it, framing it. No, when you're there, you have to maintain it. How about Miss Belen? Miss Belen, I saw some of your posts in Facebook. A lot of the posts there were really reflective, right? A lot of your posts were really reflective. So you've done it so many times, but what will ensure that you'll be there in Miami next year?
Thank you. Okay, I like the sharing of Chrisan and Marky. With Chrisan, sabi niya she wants to come back with the mentee, di ba? This time around. I would like to come. I told myself when I was checking out of my hotel, I just looked out at the window for the last time, and I said, I am coming back stronger next year because of the
Wow.
experience being a PGA volunteer, all the takeaways, the camaraderie, the energy there, no? And every time I hit naman, I attended in Vancouver as a COT qualifier. And so I said, I will come back stronger. So I immediately applied all the learnings. And by the time I got back from siguro 3 weeks after I got back from our conference in Vancouver, I made it to COT na. So ang sa akin lang, when I say thank you, sa akin lang when I said I will come back stronger, still TOT kasi that's when I reward myself. Pag TOT kasi upgrade ang COT at saka TOT in all
Correct.
aspects. So I booked my hotels, official hotel ng MDRT, same hotel sila, all the MDRT committee were booked at the Fairmont, and you get to have this conversation with them. Oh my gosh, it's priceless, diba? So when I say I'll come back stronger, still COT, TOT, but this time around, like Chrisan, I'd like to bring more from my team to share the experience, for them to experience the wonderful things that I got to experience there. And also with what Marky said, yeah, leveling up is a way to go. And again, like I said earlier, don't do it for pride or recognition, do it for purpose.
That's true. That's true. And
Yes.
just to plug
I-
it in, no, Miss Janet,
Mhm.
Miss Belen will be bringing her teammates next year. Please volunteer.
Yes,
As early as
definitely.
now, we're recruiting.
Mag-recruit na si Louie. And by the way, MDRT has a mentoring program, and it is up on its website. So if a mentor would be able to, so you can actually, Krisan and Belen, you can register as a mentor, no? Tapos, and I'm not very sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm not very sure how it really works. Your mentees, your team members can enroll, no, as a mentee and maybe under you. And even if they did not make the whole minimum qualification, there's parang bracketing no? That if you are an aspirant and you make a percentage of the minimum to qualify as a mentee, you'll be able to attend in the following annual meeting or global conference. No? Pero I think you're given like 2 years as aspirants lang, being a mentee. And then eventually you have to make the whole 100% of the
Qualification.
qualifying production. Yeah. No, so please, for everybody who is in on Zoom and who would like to check that out, just go to mdrt.org and look for the tab that says mentoring program. Ayan. Louis, we have a question in the chat box, and I think this we can kind of tie this up with our fourth and last question.
That's
Can you
right.
see it? It says, and this is from Irene D, who's a very good
Okay,
friend
yeah.
of mine. She's asking for your 10 discipline to maximize your energy.
That's
And
right.
our fourth question, Louis?
Yes, we're winding down. Okay, this is actually the last discussion point for today. But as Miss Janet mentioned, no, we can tie it to the 10 disciplines, no. So let's start with our first timers. So you made it to MDRT the first time last year, and mind you, you did it as leaders. Okay, so with probably 4 months to go, give and take 4 months. Some people don't count December anymore. Okay, so it's around 3 months. Okay, based on your learnings, no, from the 10 disciplines, what do you think you'll be applying starting September 1 or starting today, all right, to make sure that by the end of the year, you've qualified for your second MDRT already? Okay, so let's start with Marky naman this time. No, from you said that 10 disciplines, that was your one of your favorite talks, but probably how will you apply that to the last 4 months of the year? No, how will you tie it in?
Since we have a very crucial months na rin, so actually yung i-apply ko agad is yung learn to say no. Okay?
Okay.
So, since very crucial na yung time, di ba? So, a lot of invites na yan sa mga kung ano-anong mga events, etc., etc. So, know your priorities.
Right.
Okay? Know your priorities. So, this time, yung first 3 quarters, so pwede yan yung learning curve mo eh. So, nandyan yung mga trainings, nandyan yung pwede mong gawin yung mga bagay na i-maximize mo yung energy mo. So, this time, since limited na lang yung time, so dapat mong i-manage na mas maayos yung mga schedules mo. So if hindi ito magma-matter right now, so dyan, hindi muna. Diyan ka na muna. So mas focus ako sa numbers ko right now para makuha ko pa rin yung targets ko.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying yes today, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sa August pa lang eh.
Humabol pa
So
tayo, Louis. Humabol pa
baka
tayo.
baka kung bukas sa Sunday si Miss Janet nag-chat, baka Miss Janet, sorry, no.
Wala na.
But be careful what you wish for, Marky. No one can say no to Janet Nang. All right? No one.
Exactly.
I haven't encountered anyone who could say no to Janet Nang. But that's wonderful. Learning to say no, that, ay, nako. I've had several discussions with Miss Janet regarding this. It's very personal to me too. So that's a very, very nice takeaway to share. Thank you for that, Marky. Oh, sis, kausap lang natin nung Thursday. Nag-meeting pa tayo nung Thursday. Accountability
Oh.
meeting pa tayo.
Yes, yes.
So, what's the main takeaway from those 10 disciplines that you can, use for the last 3 or 4 months of the year?
Ayan na, kinuha na nga ni Marky yung isa. Pero ano, before that 'no, kasi 'di ba yung mga first timer lagi nating naiisip, baka tsamba lang, baka luck lang 'no. So, na na may nakausap ako ng Singaporean counterpart natin sa annual meeting. Sabi niya, maybe yun yung mafi-feel mo sa start 'no, na tsamba lang, lucky lang, pero ang totoo niyan pina-practice mo na talaga for so long, yung pina-practice to become an MDRT. So, it it gave me ano, parang alam mo yun, okay. So, ano na pala siya. So, yun yung first siguro 'no, kailangan, sabi nga kanina ni Marky, yung ginagawa mo before, gawin mo lang siya pero dagdagan mo. 'No? So, ang ginawa ko kasi before is puro client servicing kasi for me ang MDRT resulta 'yan kung papaano gaano ka kaganda nag-service sa client mo, totoo lang 'no. So, doon sa 10 discipline ang gagawin ko I think is know your 100%. 'Yan, yun yung first. Alamin mo ano yung 100% mo for today. Commit to that. 'No, do it 'no. 'Yan, day by day iba-iba ang 100% mo, kung anong itsura ng 100% mo iba-iba 'yan everyday. Pero commit ka doon 'no, sa 100% mo na 'yan. And then, ito napakasimple lang, I've been doing this pero, minsan nawawala 'no, minsan pagod na, so nakakatulog na lang or ano. So siguro yung prepare every night. So I want to prepare every night, ilan yung taong kakausapin ko the next day, sino ang kakausapin the next day. So, mas nangyayari kasi yung mga gusto mong mangyari 'no, the next day if na handa mo na siya, a night before sa isip mo or naisulat mo na siya. So, yung dalawang simple na yon yung ipa-practice ko moving forward in the next 4 months.
Great. Great.
Wow.
Thank you for that. Thank you. My personal opinion about it is yes, there is such a thing as luck, but you create your luck. If you work
Mm.
hard, you put effort into it, luck will always be there. So when you hit MDRT, is it luck? I digress. It's the result of what you've been doing cumulatively the past several years. And that's why you hit it last year and you will hit it again this year. Thank you so much for that, Krisa. And of course, Miss Belen, you mentioned, COT, TOT, with 3, 4 months to go, clients are getting busier. We are getting busier. What's the secret sauce to this? What are you planning to do moving forward, starting tomorrow, September 1st? And how do you intend to finish this wonderful year strong?
Okay. Every morning, you always have to start with your routine to set the tone for the rest of your day. So I always, lifted from the 5 a.m. club, I always start my day with, of course, with with my spiritual, my physical, and mental also. So I meditate, I read up at least 10 pages a day. That's a lot in a week, diba? Sponge, eh. Diba? So that's very important. Physical, we're like an engine. If you don't tune up, walang oil change, we will back down. So physical activity, working out. I'm a yogi. So maybe you could tell that by how I talk. Talagang mabagal ang pulse ko. So those three is very important. To guide you through the day, to guide me through the day, I always start with knowing myself. Go back to remind yourself who you are. You really have to know yourself and don't take or do anything in excess. Okay, doon ka lang. One of the speakers, I think day 3, mentioned that you don't have to wait until you're 100% ready. You don't have to do this alone. So I always tell my team, it is actually who, not how, that will get you to your goal faster and stronger. So you have to have a who list. Okay. Number one in my who list is my backroom support. My gosh, one time I was working on this Excel project, and I realized for the past 3 days, I was spending 2 hours working on it. Nung pinasa ko dun sa aking Excel expert, he did it in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
sayang yung 6 hours.
Yes.
So you have to capitalize on other people's expertise when we talk about who on your who list, right? On our who list, I stopped chasing clients. You have to start attracting clients if you want to get there stronger and faster. They should be your COI should be in your who list. Your alliance, lawyers, accountants dealing with clients who would need our help as well. They should be in our whole list. Our family to inspire us always should be on the top of that list. After God. Diba? So it's who, not how, that will get you there faster and stronger. Now, we're medyo tapos na yung half of the year. Month na ni Jose Marichanto, di ba? Month na tayo. Sisilip na yan sa pinto nyo. Okay. My advice, siguro, I give this as a gift to everybody we aim to inspire in this call. I live by this quote that if you want to be successful, do what that's successful. If you want to achieve a success, you want to do what the successful people do. But if you want to be great at what you do, get a mentor.
Correct.
Get a mentor. And when the time comes and when you're good and ready, be a mentor. Because when you mentor, you catch as much as you teach. Diba? There's sometimes you have to research, ano nga bang gagawin dito? You talk to other people. I have this case that we are trying to, you collaborate with people. And you also learn. You earn actually sometimes. Most of the time, we learn more than we teach, diba? When we be a mentor. So be a mentor. If you want to make it by December stronger and qualify to MDRT, you have to work with a mentor. They will show you the way, not necessarily the fastest way, but the sure way, because it's been proven and tested. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You make it sound so simple, but it really requires a lot of discipline. Everything that you said, right? I mean, these are
And conscious
really
effort.
correct.
It's
Correct.
conscious effort. Yeah,
You have to
you
be
have to.
conscious, deliberate,
Yes,
Intentional. Yeah, intentional.
and
intentional.
intentional. Correct. Correct.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How we wish that we can have a longer conversation. And I think, Miss Janet, next year we need to revert to, that live coffee setup. All right. We did
will
that.
be doing that.
We did that 2 years ago, but I think for the MDRT Philippines segment, we need to revert to that. Okay. We
Yes.
had a powerhouse lineup today. I do believe everybody is so full already when it comes to learnings. And like what we said, take one or two, use it, apply it immediately. You can start becoming a yogini if you want to be one, okay? Starting tomorrow. You can start meditating, just like what Krisan mentioned, or you can start, just having the mindset that once you're there, there's no way to go but up, and you're not going to be leveling down. So, thank you so much, Krisan, Marky, and Miss Belen for attending today's session. You have been a blessing and a gift to all of us. Huwag po kayong magsasawa. This will not be
Yeah.
the last time you'll be hearing from us, and we are truly, truly grateful for the attention that you've given us today. And for the last words, Miss Janet, please.
Yes. Oh, with the number of years that I've been attending annual meetings and global conferences, um, I still get really hyped up when I talk to fellow MDRT members because I know I will learn so much more when I sit down. And the great thing about the annual conference or the annual meeting or the global conference is you don't only learn from the speakers on stage. we learn from each other. And
Correct.
that's the powerful culture of MDRT. Wala pong madamot. Wala pa po akong nakikilalang madamot na MDRT member. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. Iisa ang puso natin. Iisa lang yung kulay ng dugo natin ng mga MDRT members. Maraming salamat, Belen, Crisan, and Marky, for accommodating this invitation and allowing us to pick your minds. So,
That's
maraming
right.
salamat again.
Thank you.
Louie, this is our
Yes.
5th year. Hindi ko
Yes.
na malaman na pang-5 taon na natin to. And we are still growing strong. This is an amazing experience that I am sharing with you, my dear friend. And let's do this again next year.
We
Shall we?
will. All right. 5th year and many more years to come. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a pleasant weekend. You can now go back to your cut-off responsibilities. Thank you for sharing your time and your attention with us. God bless everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.